Good day, this is the group 4 for the research titled Acceptability of Using Online Distance Learning to the Epidemians as a Permanent Learning Delivery Modality o Pambayang Balubasaan ng Marilao.
COVID-19 virus has changed our educational landscape, causing institutions to abandon traditional face-to-face classes. In addition, around 27 million students and non-teaching personnel, as well as learners' families, have been affected by the COVID-19 crisis. For the school year 2020 to 2021, Hernando and Malipot stated private schools are allowed to start classes before public school classes begin in October 2020, as long as they use only distance learning method. This type of education has several advantages including portability, ease of access, less need for physical infrastructure, lower cost, and greater flexibility, even if teachers and students do not meet in person.
It means you can meet your instructor or prof using Miss Teams online because we have a COVID-19, so we cannot meet face to face, so that we use Miss Teams to contact your teacher or instructor.
What is the use of the technology acceptance model? The technology acceptance model is designed to measure the adoption of new technology based on customer attitudes. Why TAM is used in research? The TAM states that an individual's behavioral intention regarding the use of technology is determined by the perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use.
This study is anchored by Technological Acceptance Model, TAM by Fred Davis, 1986. Fred Davis is the guy who created the model. Fred is also listed in the ISI researchers as the world's most influential researchers. Technological Acceptance Model tells us why people choose to use a particular technology. In the end of the model is called the actual use. It's when people choose to use a technology. There are several factors that lead someone to use a technology. Firstly, they need to form a behavioral intention to use it, and that behavioral intention is influenced by their attitude. If they like the technology, the general impression about it, and if they like it, from there they form a behavioral intention and go on to use it. So what affect their attitude? It's the two external variables. First is the perceived of usefulness. If they find the technology useful for what they want to do. The second one is perceived ease of use. If they find the technology very easy to use. If they feel confident about using it.
Hi, my name is Krisha De Pedro, and I will show you the result about our research study about Pedimian's perceptions of the usefulness of online distance learning in terms of time savings, cost savings, and ease of lesson learning are depicted in Table 1. Overall, the results show that Pedimians agreed on the usefulness of online distance learning in terms of saving time and money. As evidenced by its weighted mean of 2.97, it indicates that Pedimians are very useful to the online distance learning. On the other hand, saves more time with a score of 3.35 only, reserved 2.42 points. It demonstrates that the Pedimians disagree that online distance simplifies learning. Disruptions in the network and at the home may influence the student's ability to concentrate while studying.
Table 2 shows the level of Pedimian's perception to the ease of use of online distance learning. The attribute accessibility of the software come up with a weighted mean of 3.05, which when raised that Pedimians perceive more on the accessibility of the software being used in ODL, which is the MS Teams. Furthermore, on the user-friendliness and ease of using attributes that both resultant agree on the verbal interpretation presents positive conclusion with regards to the insights and the experiences of the respondents. Generally, the average weighted mean of 2.96 reflects that using ODL as permanent learning delivery modality suggests that the result implies that it is easy to use because it is accessible and doesn't require much effort compared to the traditional way of learning.
Start mo na. In Table 3 shows the level of intention in using online distance learning as permanent learning delivery modality of Pambayan Dalabasaan ng Marilao. The general results that it is beneficial for more of the students of the Pidimian, especially to those who working at the same time to use online distance learning as a permanent learning delivery modality of Pambayan Dalabasaan ng Marilao. More of the Pidimians agreed that the ODL saves more with a weighted mean of 3.38. However, they find it difficult to understand some of their lesson with the weighted mean of 2.67. It may be due to lack of good gadgets and stable in internet connection.
X is equals to 177.5. Y is equals to 186.40. X and Y is equals to 584.93. X squared is equals to 536.03. Y squared is equals to 584.93. Using person R is equals to 33,402.6 minus 32,908.5 square root of 32,161.8 minus 31,506.25 times 35,095.8 minus 34,373.16. R is equals to 33,494.1 over the square root of 655.5 times 722.64. R is equals to 494.1 over 473,726.652. For the final answer, R is equals to 0.718.
Step 1. mu1 is equals to mu2. The CHDM and OAD students is equal when it comes to level of intention of academians to use online distance learning. mu1 is not equal to mu2. The CHDM and OAD students is not equal when it comes to level of intention of academians to use online distance learning. Step 2. Since alpha is equal to 0.05 and the test is two-tailed, the critical value is 0.93.
In step 3, we compute the test value using the t-test formula and we got the result of 0.22. In step 4, since the test value falls under the non-rejection region, do not reject the null hypothesis. In step 5, there is sufficient evidence to conclude that there is a significant difference between the level of intention of CHTM and OAD students to use online distance learning.
Based on the relevant results and analysis of this study, it is concluded that Pidimians embrace online distance learning as a permanent learning delivery in Pambayang Dalubasaan ng Marilao.
The purpose of this study is to know if the PDM student will accept the online learning as a permanent learning delivery in PDM. We also know how COVID-19 changed our lives and also affect the educational environment. This style of learning includes the following variety, which the researcher most address. This study is conducted to help school officials to determine if the online distance learning is effective and whether it is used permanently. The researcher involved 60 epidemians to collect a sample of population and separate them into their respective groups.